Norwood and Medway and different towns, they had basement charismatic prayer groups. And I went to all of them, and I found friends. See, there's a desire that God puts in our hearts after we get saved. There's a desire for Christian fellowship. There's a desire to have other believers of like precious faith in our lives that can speak to us, that can encourage us, that can lift us up, and that can be the voice in our life to say, move forward, go with it, follow after Christ. Amen. And so, I was going to charismatic prayer groups and kind of started having enough of the Mary thing. And so I started looking for something different. And I found a Pentecostal church. And, it was a little crazy. It was a little strange. The pastor's daughter would get up and scream in tongues and then fall on the floor. And I'm going like, what was that? But at that church, there were other young people like me. We gathered together and we started having Sunday fellowships after church. We'd get Chinese food and we'd try to pray and fall asleep. It was good fellowship. No, we built a relationship. And finally, we asked the pastor, you think you could do a Bible study for us? So he invited us into his home. And we had a small circle, a small group where we began to ask questions and talk about the things of God and pray for each other, encourage each other. Amen. And then there came a time in August 28, 1982. I heard about Brother Copeland doing a worldwide communion broadcast. And there in the Heinz Auditorium was Faith Seeds Bookstore in the back of the Heinz Auditorium. And I went to that and I discovered Faith Fellowship Ministries. And I found people of like precious faith. Amen. Being part of a circle from that time, April 1980 to August of 1982, about a 2-year span, was probably the most important part of my Christian journey because I was going through the process they call spiritual formation. Everybody say spiritual formation.